So about a week ago, I decided to go through all of the Fast and Furious movies, and just to see how many of the flaws and errors managed to slip past the editors and the directors and everything and made it to our screens. So last week I started with number 1, and if you haven't seen that one yet, I highly recommend that you go and watch it. And after that, you can come back and watch this one. Yeah. Now, today we are looking at Too Fast, Too Furious, the second installment in the Fast franchise. And this was way back before all the crazy shit you see today in the Fast and Furious movies, which is honestly a good thing. Now, before I go back and highlight all the things that was wrong with this movie, I just want to say I actually did enjoy this movie a lot. It was one of my favorite Fast and Furious franchise movies. Like, I enjoyed it. I was still very young when it came out, and it was like the coolest shit ever. I went and watched it again. It's not as cool as it was back then, but it's still not a bad Fast and Furious movie. The film brings back more of what we loved from the first film. All the cars, girls, and action, and it dials it up a notch. Some say that number 1 is the best, but I actually enjoyed number 2 a bit more. The movie has gotten a lot of criticism, and I don't understand why there is so much hate for this movie. Most people complain about the plot and acting, but these movies have one purpose, and that's to entertain. And I was entertained. Yes, the movie lacks much of the original cast, but Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson make a great team. I really enjoyed seeing them go from like frenemies to almost like family and everything. It was amusing. I think they work great together, and you can even see it in the later movies where they work together again. It's just they are a good combo and they work great as a team. But enough ass kissing, let's get into the actual movie. So the movie starts off with some street racing, which is good. It was like that's Fast and Furious whole thing, or it was, it's not anymore, but it was Fast and Furious whole thing. There is some loud sound system, some girls in pieces of cloth, because I wouldn't call this clothes. In other words, it's a proper Fast and Furious type scene. But here's the first issue. Now, I'm very into cars. Like, I love cars. I've got a big turbo BMW, and I go to all the car shows. I've even been to a few street races. Oh, I haven't. I have never been to any. That was a lie. Okay? I've never been to a street race. But I can tell you that if I were at a street race, it wouldn't look like this. There are girls, don't get me wrong, there are girls that do like cars and they do go to these events and stuff. But they don't look like this. And there aren't that much. Now, the car shows that do have girls that do dress like that are all paid, like models and stuff. Your average street race doesn't have any paid models. It's more like just your average dude going there with his modified Golf or whatever and he's racing. It doesn't look like this, ever. Like, ever. It's basically a sausage fest most of the time. But let's move on to the actual movie, not just a small flaw like this. There's bigger flaws in the movie. So in the first race, there is 4 cars. A Supra, an RX-7, a S2000 and a Skyline. All very desirable cars, and all of them have some serious money under the hood. We all agree on that. Okay, so in the first race, they all wager 35 large, but that's not the biggest stack, so I'm guessing that's $3,500 each. This means the winner gets $10,500, because $3,500 of that money came from their own pocket. So why would you jump your car for that money? Chances are you'll write it off, and $10,000 won't fix the damage you're gonna cause by doing this stunt. But let's just say it is possible, and that's enough to fix your car and still have a profit at the end of it, so it's actually worth it. Why the hell did Suki do the jump? She lost anyways. Like, she got second place, she knew she's not gonna win, and yet she still ramped the S2000 and like written off the front end. And like, if you actually ramp a car like that, the whole underneath that car is crap. It's completely screwed. You're gonna bend it like a banana. That thing's not gonna be fine afterwards. And she still did it. Why? But anyways, this scene is littered with like flaws and stuff. So here's a few more. The Supra's rims changed from chrome aftermarket rims to stock rims in the jump scene. At the end of the first race, Brian jumps the race bridge and smashes all the neon under his car, but moments later he slides up to the camera and it's all working again. It's like fine. Do you think I'm gonna stop there though? No, there's more. Take a look at the neon on the Supra. It's green. Now it's red. Maybe he like changed the settings while he was racing. This dude is like talented. Like I'm almost done with this scene, but just check the CGI. Like, the CGI in this scene is just sad. It looks like they played Need for Speed Underground and just screen recorded and cropped the cars out. I'm sure with a budget of $76 million, they could have done it a little bit better, just a bit, because this is horrible. But let's jump forward into the movie. Brian is caught by the cops, and they want him to go undercover as a street racer and work for the bad guy in the movie. But Brian says he's not going to get any police help. He wants his own driver. So he's not going to help them if he doesn't get his friend Roman Pierce from way back, which doesn't like him, by the way. Like, Roman hates Brian because he's a cop. Anyways, they get 2 cars from the police, a Mitsubishi and an Eclipse. And now there's this undercover lady, Fuentes, I hope I'm saying it correctly. She gets in the car with Brian. Now on the highway, Brian obviously has to show off his skills to this lady next to him, because he can't just like drive. There's a girl next to him, and he has to show that he's the dude with the bigger... Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. So there's a whole driving while steering thing, like he's going forward but he's looking at the girl. Really cool. And then later on in the actual audition scene, he does something even crazier. Roman throws a finger and does all of this shit, and then Brian goes on the highway, pulls the handbrake, does a 180 and goes into reverse, and he does like a double zap to Roman. Focus. Yeah. I hope I don't get demonetized because I'm zapping the camera. Anyways, he does this whole double zap thing. It's a very cool scene. Here's the flaw though. Mitsubishi Evo will not do highway speeds in reverse gear on the highway. Like, if you go to reverse and you're doing a speed, you're matching the other cars on the highway, or even going faster, so let's say 70 miles per hour. I'm not sure what the highway speed there is, but I'm pretty sure it's faster than 100 km per hour, and 100 kilometers per hour is 62 miles per hour, so let's say 70 miles per hour. Weighs this turn and everything, puts it in reverse, and now he's going the same speed as the traffic. How? And I'm pretty sure this is not possible, so I did some research, okay? Drive Tribe did this whole mathematical equation on this stunt. I'm way too dumb to explain it, but basically with the engine RPM and the gear ratio of the reverse gear, the top speed of the Evo would be around 35 miles per hour. Now, I'm pretty sure the cars on the highway are going faster than 35 miles per hour. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But let's say they were doing a speed, I'm guessing like 60 miles per hour. Let's just go for 60. I feel that's fair. If you actually did this, you call that a money shift, that you would shoot like the freaking gearbox out from under the car. It would not go this smooth. It would be like a poof, sparks everywhere, car murtu. End of scene. It wouldn't, yeah, this wouldn't happen. But let's move on. So later in the movie, Brian and Roman figure that they need extra cars for this big thing at the end of the movie. I'm not going to spoil it. It was like this really cool scene with like hundreds of cars and stuff, but they need an extra set of cars. So they decided to do a pink slip race against 2 muscle cars. Now, before they did the drag race for the muscle cars, Brian tells Rome, there's no way we can beat these guys straight up, and refers to the Yanko Camaro having a 0 to 60 of 5 seconds flat. Here's another flaw in the movie. The Mitsubishi Evo 7 is driving has a 0 to 60 of 4.7 seconds in its stock form. This one is modified with nitros. I'm pretty sure it's faster than 5 seconds from 0 to 60. So, Brian, who's this big car guy in this movie and like shows how bad the police dude is and that he's not a car guy, would definitely know this. Yeah. But okay. And now onto the last scene on this movie, okay? So I'm skipping a bunch of stuff. We're just talking about the big flaws. There are some more, but I don't want to go on everything because some stuff is just like stupid, small mistakes, and I'm going to hammer on every small little thing. But they did ramp a car onto a boat. Yeah, like, and the boat was moving as well. And there was just one ramp that was conveniently perfectly lined up with where the boat was at that time, and the speed they were going was just perfect for it to land on. It was a very perfectly timed scene, and I'm not going to question this. I'm going to use this scene as motivation, that anything is possible if you believe hard enough. You see, Brian believed that if he ramped the car and it would work, and I'm going to believe that I'm going to have a successful life. I'm going to just use this as motivation for myself. Yeah. This is what it was meant as motivation. They don't have to take everything too seriously. Guess I can talk a bunch of crap, eh? Holy moly. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if I really enjoyed it because I really liked this movie. And now I know all of those glaring errors and stuff. And now every time I'm going to watch it, I'm going to see it. And it's going to spoil it for me a bit. So I'm a bit sad now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. Next week we're gonna do Tokyo Drift, and I watched it again. I actually like Tokyo Drift. Just spoiler, I'm not one of those people that hate on the movie. I think it's a cool movie. Don't know if it fits in with the Fast and Furious franchise, but I do like the movie. It's a cool movie, but it also has some interesting flaws. So check you guys next week then for that one. And there's other videos on my channel as well. So if you enjoy this one, just go through it. There should be something you like. Yeah. Jose.